Spider-Man 2 gameplay analysis, breakdown, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to look for hidden details and rewatch it because the reveal was great. Gameplay was good. That's all I have to say. Now, I'm not going to rewatch everything, but I know where certain things are.
And this is what you find.
Him wanting an equal, this is what he found.
Sir, perhaps
something below him,
a
obviously.
new hunting ground.
A new hunting ground. Great. Full screen it. So Black Cat. Last we saw her, she got information. She was part of the DLC. I don't know if she just gathered information or she took some money and then left. That's pretty much all I can remember. Prowler. He helped Miles at the end of the game and he didn't go to prison. Yeah, he just left. He helped people and that was it. Now, Rafe. If y'all know Rafe. This is Rafe. Because at the end.
You're my friend, Yuri. I don't want to
But yeah,
come after you.
she put up all the crime scene things and then hunted someone down and hang him out to dry, essentially.
Yuri!
But now she is fully committed to being
This all makes sense now.
an anti-hero.
What Yuri did to Hammerhead. She's been struggling with this for a while.
But yeah, that's where we last saw her. Who else is in there? Tombstone, we sent to prison in his little mini DLC bit. Him coming back, sure. Not fussed. Then obviously you got Peter, and then you got Miles. Stat classic, obviously gonna know Lizard. Is that... I think that's... Oh, at the raft, it shows Kingpin, Vulture... Not Vulture. That's Electro. And then that's Kingpin. Down... Oh, my bad. Down here, Taskmaster. Oh wait, so you got... That was Vulture, then you got Rhino, Doc Ock, Electro, Kingpin, and then that's all it shows. And then that is indeed Shocker, because you can see that it spells Shock, and then you can kind of see his design from the first game. It is entirely possible that Kraven does kill off a few villains in this. Who those villains end up being, who knows? I'm going to put the closed captions on any dialogue. But yeah, we're now in Queens, which isn't part of the first game, or Miles's. This is possibly where Peter lives. Now, like, this is Aunt May's house, essentially.
The beast could be anywhere.
But the beast, so they're not talking about Peter here. They're obviously talking about Connors. And then the greatest reveal on the planet. I'm joking, but carry on. Yes. Now, the fact that the symbiote forms over him, this must be the first time he's wearing it. Because it looks all like it hadn't been fully detailed yet, and then became accustomed to its suit. Which it might have accidentally latched onto him. He didn't know. And then it just took over. Or he saw how speculative things Venom was using it and then decided to try and make it his own or whatever. Who knows yet? But I'm gonna say that he didn't know it kind of just attached to him as he was leaving. So he starts this out with L1 square, which is a long range heavy punch, I would call it. Right? Then obviously his gloves are now black. That's obviously the triangle attack from the first game, and then him just punching. His dodge is the same. L1 triangle seems to be launch attacks. Now what I'm curious to see is if each one of those attacks can be changed for something else. Because it might have a different effect, or like can you choose what you put where? But you'll probably be able to upgrade them anyway. Because just like how you have a gadget wheel, which in the R1 slot, he looks like he now has some sort of rocket and then just like in the first game where you had the mind that would bring them all in. Not in the first game. Miles does it, I'm sure. That's the same. You can now dodge under people while in the air. That's a new animation. Which is cool, I guess. Because this wasn't possible in the first one. Because it makes it more fluent. So say, for example, if you wanted to dodge into someone. I think yeah, if you press X, like the cross button, you would jump off of them and push them away, so you could like essentially knock them off a building, and then obviously that's an easy KO. So good thing they've got a new animation. It's cool. I forgot. Slam down attacks, which juggle enemies now. Sure. That's his finisher. QTE if you get caught, so that'll probably, this is like a casual thing that usually happens anyway. I'm excited to see how many of these combo takers he's got. Now, how is this possible? Because does he just have a guard? Because I reckon you can choose whether or not to attack after that. I think it's like you react to this because you could see that it was yellow. Usually it's just, I don't think that's usually a thing. So that's probably like, you could probably do a triangle after that, you could probably dodge after it, it doesn't matter, right? Being able to do this is also new. Because before you would just take the weapons and throw it back at them. That's definitely new. Which could be just wall attacks. Stuff like that. Like maybe just in normal combat you could do a rapid punches if you like, say for example, hold down the button. And then his L1 cross X, whatever you want to call it, does a slam attack. Which I reckon doesn't necessarily KO enemies either.
Lizards across the river. I'm not gonna make it in time.
Now what impresses me about this is that button press.
The hunters track Connors to the Harlem fish
seamless,
market.
just smooth, no waiting and loading. Like now this reminds me of Spider-Man 3. Shout out to some Russian guy who uploaded this video. I don't know what the hell how to even pronounce that, but yeah. But yeah, this is what it reminds me of. When I saw it, I was like, oh, Spider-Man 3, because I just remember doing it in the game. I don't know if it's in Spider-Man 2 or not. But yeah, this obviously is just unrealistic. But cool that it's there. It also seems to be in the Maze. Oh no, it was Maze Man 2. He more like webs himself up to be able to do it, and it doesn't really send you far either. It's kind of pointless. Like it's there just to be there.
Checking off his. We don't have much time. Move. Guess we'll chat later.
Miles not obviously knowing that Peter's here web gliding new, but obviously Miles not knowing Peter is now a bit more angry than per usual.
Genki, the lizard's loose at the fish market.
Must be sushi night.
You still got that hunter drone you hijacked?
Been really tough hiding it from my mom, but yeah, I'll boot up and see you there.
At some point he does hijack the drone because he didn't do it prior. He done it prior to this.
Can't let him find Connors, or he's done for.
Stealth triangle takedowns, I guess. Like how you can just finish someone off with that.
Spread out. If you find them.
Web lines. I don't know why that took me so long to process, but my reference to this is, yeah, it's kind of just an upgrade to we got it in here. This, right, where he can shoot. Batman can shoot his own tightrope zipline thing. Don't know what it's actually. I can't remember what it's called, but he shoots that. But then he can keep it there and stay on it. And I'm sure you could do stealth takedowns on it. But in terms of this game, it seems a bit broken because they stay there. I'm not sure. They'll probably make it so that if the goons are detected, they'll probably just shoot them down and then prevent you from walking over there or something, and then maybe make you be more cautious as they will now look up with a spotlight or something. Also pointing out, Miles's HUD has got like Spider-Verse inspired colors to it, which is kind of cool. So I heard someone talk about it. That is a special move, this L1 triangle. That is a usual takedown, which is pretty cool. And then that's his L1 square.
Where are you, Connors?
But my question is, because the health is 135, I'd say they're maybe about 30% away in the game in terms of health upgrades. Well, if you start at 100 health, then yeah, that's what I would say, because your max level is 50 and you can get up to 200 health plus.
Right. Where are you, Connor?
Lizard hasn't particularly been bigger, but he has been kind of, I'd say he's bigger than, you know, usual looking lizard, I guess. I don't know.
The building's swarming with hunters. Any sign of Connors?
He ain't got time for no small talk.
Hey, Mr. Parker. Mr.
Straight business.
Spider-Man, I mean. Okay, I think I got a lock.
Genki, wait, be chill. That wasn't me.
Me neither.
I don't even have a stomach, so...
Huge guy, man.
Can't lose Connors.
Cool.
Harry's dying.
The webbing
And he's
sounds
the only one who
different,
can help.
to me anyway.
We won't. You take the drones, I got the jet skis. Cool if I borrow this?
Usual, you know, press a button, take them down, and then continue to fight. It's more like the on the rails
Keep it tight,
sort of
man.
thing,
Watch out for those drones.
like the helicopter
Don't worry.
chasing Spider-Man
They think I'm
1,
a
and
friendly.
then chasing down Tinkerer in Miles, sort of thing. But all of Miles' animations, I haven't seen a new one. I feel sorry for people in New York.
Spider-Man is fighting on right now. Everybody down!
At least no one was there.
Help the tour boat! Right, I've got the metal murder bird!
See, he sounds normal there, right? Sounds like normal Peter.
I warned you about going after Connors. Now this is on you.
And then the Sasuke comes out. Cool detail. Also, these animations are currently the same.
Clouds. That all you got?
Just new suit and
Almost done here.
new color webs.
Civilians are all safe.
This animation, though, is new. Because I've played the game a handful amount of times to know that, yes, it's just not new. I mean, it is new. God, I'm not broken. Because he's never done a front flip like that casually. Which kind of also gives me the vibes of Web of Shadows. Maybe it's just because he's in the symbiote, but it kind of gives me that vibe. I just looked and I couldn't really find anything.
Wait, I'm right behind you. We'll take it down together.
This usual, like going through tunnels, like the pipes in
I got you.
the first and
Time to
second
go
one.
boom, boys!
No.
New things to go
Spider-Man
through
has
again.
got defenses.
Fueled by rage, makes him create unquestionable
Spider-Man,
decisions.
hang on.
questionable decisions. You know what I mean? Also, Miles saving Peter, hilarious to me. The one that can think straight, because throughout this entire, as soon as them two start working together, it's more Miles is on the side of saving people, while Peter's on the side of trying to fight people and get stuff done. Cool dynamic to have, you know. Can't wait for the Miles versus Peter in the symbiote suit fight, you know.
Miles! Grab on! Let's go!
Also, the transition to gameplay
Right behind you!
is so seamless, casual.
Whoa!
Ski faster!
Fly faster!
I wonder if there will be sequences though, like, is it possible that I could stay as Miles and save the people on the boat, or okay, big guy, you know, but stay as Miles and then save people instead of chasing down Craven and his goons. That freeze frame is so cold. I just have to just see it like fully. Like him striking that pose there is just so nice. See, if I could get that without being blurry, oh, that'd be very nice to have. But we make do with what we have. I'm not really trying to get like I'm doing. But this is more akin to the Rhino bit to me.
Can't get close enough.
But I can. I'm one of them, remember?
Because
That's it. Pete, alley-oop on 3.
Fine.
I'm sure this part, right? What happens when you freestyle that?
3. Alley.
See, like Peter's kind of there, but he's still also fueled by rage. Because I don't think if he was fully in the symbiote for like a week, he's not doing that. Also, to me, this takes place. Nah. That is the funniest thing to me. Symbiote Peter does not care. He does not care. He said, whatever, man. He does not care.
It's good, Pete.
Oh, you know what I thought to bring up earlier? I'm gonna skip there now and then go back. When Peter gets hit by the dog, right? Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it properly. If you pay attention to the eyes do squint. That's all I wanted to say. As I remembered seeing that, and I was like, oh yeah, just mention it.
I saved the tracker.
Cool little, you know, symbiote detail.
Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
He's mine.
You
Sasuke.
sure? He's got big teeth.
So do I.
Ooh. Okay, Sasuke.
He's not normally like that, right?
No,
My wings.
he's never like that.
See, now that to me is pretty good. Like just gameplay reveal. You get some symbiote combat. Also, I'm probably gonna find a wall as best as possible with the symbiote suit because that is that. Oh. I'm also curious to see what this L1 circle is, and what Miles L1 circle and X are.
So, how's the hunt going?
Because I think the X is the one where he, you know, when you in his game, he does the jump up and everyone comes up with him. I think that's what that is. It only looks like they both have 2 gadgets, which was that what he used? I was not paying attention. Yes, so he used L1 square there, and I think him using that recharged it up. But then now I'm curious what the rocket is. Is it just the web impact? But yeah, so the only one I'm assuming we don't really know is the L1 circle, which could be an old move anyway. I think my final comment to say is, in terms of what I'm hoping for soon, is how does co-op fights work, and how, like, is it really possible switching between the two? Because you've got to assume so, but what is it, up on the D-pad, or however they want to do it? To me, it would be insane if next Friday, with the release of Spider-Verse, they show off. They show the suit like in a little 20-second trailer or whatever, saying, "Oh, if you pre-order the game, it'll be available as a pre-order bonus or something." Like, you don't even have. You can just mention that it will be part of a pre-order and not even have the pre-orders up, which to me is perfectly fine. And my hopes for the game are have every suit from the first game and more stuff to work with in photo mode. Yeah, because I know the game's going to be good. I'm not really asking for like gameplay improvements. I'm not fussed. The suits look good. The game looks good overall. The only thing I'm asking for is a release date. That's it. Everything else, not fussed about. But yeah, let me just replay this clip one more time. Yeet. Okay, I'm out. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to talk about this post-credit scene for Miles. Right? Because obviously he's trying to save Harry or whatever. Like, Connors is trying to help him with it. But what I want to see is Connor one-armed or not? Yes, Connor is one-armed. I couldn't remember or not. I was just making sure. So, how Harry ends up with Peter and Connors? Care? Maybe you fight Venom early on then. Well, considering he has the suit, I'm assuming you fight Venom pretty early on. Miles shocks him, reveals that it's Harry, and then go, I need to take him home, and then, whatever. But seeing Connors here, one-armed, it brings up the question of what's his motivation for injecting himself with his lizard formula. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, now I'm actually out. That's all I wanted to bring up. Like, I just wanted to bring up Connors and his situation and where we saw him last. And then a good question we'll find out obviously eventually is what's happening with Norman, because he obviously has pumpkin bombs as an Easter egg in the first game. Yeah, cool. That's it. I'm out.